Hello and welcome back to Off the Post. In today's episode, I'll be discussing how Everton can get a big result against their Merseyside rivals. But before that, as always, please like, comment and subscribe. It's very much appreciated and it goes a long way in helping me build a small community on my channel, okay? We've recently just hit 226 subscribers and I just want to say a massive thank you to all you guys showing your support on my recent videos, all the likes and the comments on social media as well. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed. But yeah, let's get straight into the episode, shall we? Kicking off, speaking about Everton's strong start to the season, okay? They've been absolutely unbelievable this season, haven't they? Obviously played 4, won 2, drew 1 and also lost 1. And they're sitting in 6th place in the Premier League at the moment. So they're having a fantastic time of late, okay? You know, obviously last recent game against Aston Villa was a bit of a double fest, wasn't it? A bit of a bore fest, drawing 0-0. So from that point of view, hopefully now they can bounce back against Liverpool. However, it is going to be a tricky fixture. However, I'm going to tell you the reasons why they'll be able to beat Liverpool. Okay, for me, they need to target that left-hand side, mainly the left-back Kirkes, because he's had such a shaky start to the season. And for me, Kirkes is sort of the weak link out of those Liverpool defenders, if you like. Him and Kanate on that left-hand side, they do look a little bit shaky together. Someone of the likes of a Tyler Dibbling or an Iliman Ajay or a Jack Grealish can sort of like interlink and sort of rotate those positions and target that left-hand side mainly. I really do feel like that's where they're going to have their most success facing against Liverpool at the weekend on Saturday. Saturday, I think it's a 12:30 kickoff, I'm pretty sure. So it is one of the first games of the weekend, and for me, I feel like it's going to be an unbelievable game. I'm going to quickly read out a stat, okay, for you guys here. Okay, listen to this. Everton have won just 2 of their last 29 Premier League Merseyside derbies, drawing 14, losing 13, and have failed to score in 5 of their last 7 games. So from that point of view, from an Everton standpoint, they've been really bad, haven't they, in these Merseyside derbies. But I feel like it's the first time in a while that they've actually had a strong start to the season, okay? You know, last season they didn't get off to a good start, and the season before that I'm pretty sure they had a bit of a tricky run under like Sean Dyche as well. When you look at David Moyes managing Everton now, they do really look like an amazing team, don't they? With the squad behind them, with the people they can bring off the bench as well. For me, Everton do look like my dark horses for the season. I've said it time and time again. I said it at the start of the season, I said it like 2 weeks ago as well, I'm pretty sure, in a video. So yeah, for me, Everton are an amazing team. It's just about whether or not their defence can be on top form. If their defence and their goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford, can, you know, stop out Liverpool's attacking options, because they do have a lot of attacking options, don't they, on display. If they can stop their main threats from scoring goals, if they can break down their attacks, if they can stop them from counter-attacking, and, you know, if they can sort of counteract their, like, you know, high line and Everton's low block, if you like, sort of thing. I'm not too sure what I'm trying to say. But if Everton can sort of like, you know, find a solution to sort of, you know, keep Liverpool's attacking options quiet in this game, I really do feel like they'll have a good chance of like getting a good decent result against Liverpool. For me, you know, last season I'm pretty sure Liverpool won. I want to say 1-0 and they drew 2-2 as well in a game. In both games last season. So from that point of view, Everton haven't won for a while. Obviously, I just read that quote about Everton failing to score in the last 5 out of 7 games in the Merseyside derbies. So for me, hopefully now, Everton have a strong squad behind them. I really do feel like they can score some goals and actually hurt their Liverpool in this game week. Don't get me wrong, you know, if we talk about their strikers up front, Beto, you know, he's very hit and miss in the Everton fan base. He does divide the fan base of Everton, doesn't he? You know, some people like him, some people don't like him. You know, for me, he's not a clinical finisher. He's not going to score you, you know, 15, 20 goals a season, but he might get like 5 to 8 to potentially 10 goals in a season, in a good season at least. So for me, it is all about whether or not the goals will dry up for Everton this season. I'm not too sure if they will or not. Hopefully they don't, and if they do dry up for a Beto, maybe someone like a Terry Barry can come in and sort of help out and score some goals. Don't get me wrong, he does look very raw when he's come off the bench, when he started some games so far this season for Everton. So hopefully, you know, he can sort of transition into how David Moyes wants to play, and hopefully throughout the season he can sort of come in and become that main starter for Everton, because they did spend some big money on him, didn't they? Signing him from Villarreal back in the summer transfer window, obviously. So hopefully he can come in now and be a half decent player. However, you've also got to think about Jack Grealish being their main talisman at the start of the season, okay? Him getting player of the month, him getting 4 assists, I'm pretty sure, in the 4-game week is absolutely amazing. He looks like a breath of fresh air. He looks like he's back to his best. He looks like he was back to his best, back at his Aston Villa days. So for me, if they can get Jack Grealish, dominating on the ball, driving at defenders, driving at the midfielders, driving at the defenders, trying to get a few assists, trying to get a few shots off in the box and whatnot. Because even though he didn't score against Aston Villa or get an assist either, he did look threatening inside and outside the box. So for me, I really do feel like maybe Jack Grealish can be that star man for Everton once again in this game against Liverpool. Hopefully he can be, because I would absolutely love to see that, because Jack Grealish is an amazing person. He's an amazing player. For me, he's one of my favourites to watch at the moment in the Premier League. So yeah, I feel like he will really unlock that Everton attack for me this season, and we've seen it so far. Hopefully he can keep up that form, he can keep up that that momentum and sort of go again in this game week. But let's move over now, talking about Liverpool, okay, and their main threats and whatnot in this game, just because obviously one of their standout players this season has been Slosboy on that right back position. Obviously he's had to play right back coming in from the injured Frimpong. Obviously Frimpong came on against Burnley in their 1-0 against Burnley last week at least anyways, so I feel like he's back fit. At the time of recording, it is Wednesday morning, okay, so Liverpool will have to play Atletico Madrid in the Champions League as well. So we don't know whether or not the lineups will change. We don't know whether or not Frimpong will start in that game against Atletico Madrid. I don't think he will. I don't think Liverpool will want to rush him back. I feel like it probably will try and save him for the Merseyside derby. But because of how well Szoboszlai has sort of played and sort of slotted into that right back position, I feel like you've just got to stick with him until he has a bad performance, because there's no point changing a winning formula. Because, right, Liverpool have won 4 out of their 4 games in the Premier League so far this season, and if they go and beat Everton, okay, they're going to go and win 5 games for the 3rd time since the 2018-2019 season and the 2019-2020 season, okay. So that is some stat, isn't it? Don't get me wrong, right, at the start of the season, they were scoring goals galore, but they was also conceding goals galore, wasn't they? They was winning 3-2, 2-1, all this sort of stuff. And then in the last couple of game weeks, they've sort of shut up shop and only won 1-0 in the last 2 game weeks, okay, against Arsenal and Burnley. So from that point of view, they've kept clean sheets now, but they're sort of struggling to score goals. So they sort of need to counteract that in a sense and sort of find a way how to get scoring with keeping clean sheets as well from that point of view. But either way, you've got to look at it. Liverpool look like champions, don't they? Look absolutely fantastic already. And for me, they've got to be the main people to win the Premier League title now this season, alongside Arsenal, alongside Man City, alongside potentially Chelsea with an outside chance. But I feel like the other 3 teams are just going to be that one step above. I feel like at the moment it is just currently going to be a Liverpool versus Arsenal title race once again. Arsenal do look very impressive, obviously beating Nottingham Forest 3-0 at the weekend, and just recently beating Atletico Bilbao 2-0 as well, I'm pretty sure, in the Champions League. So they do look like they do look like they've bounced back from that loss against Liverpool, and they do look very exciting. Obviously they are second in the league, sitting on 9 points themselves. So for me, Arsenal are another teams to watch this season. If we just quickly end the episode, okay, I was talking about how it could also potentially be Alexander Isak's debut against Everton, okay. Again, at the time of recording, we don't know whether he's played in the Champions League or not on Wednesday night. However, if he doesn't, this could be a perfect game to play him in the Merseyside derby, okay, because it's a massive, massive game for Liverpool, for Everton. And for me, playing at Anfield, he'll have the crowd behind him, he'll have a lot of supporters behind him, and it really does go to show, this is where the world-class players need to step up and sort of drag his team into those winning ways. And for me, when you look at the likes of Mohammed Salah sort of slowing down this season, some might say, he's not really scored that many goals this season as he used to last season at least anyways. He's only got 1 so far, scoring against Burnley, I'm pretty sure, didn't he? Scored that last minute penalty, didn't he? So from that point of view, you could argue that he's slowing down. But then again, you could argue that maybe, with the new youngest signings ahead of him now in the likes of Hugo TK, Gakpo, Wirtz, all these players in the attacking options, you could argue that maybe he's trying to learn and adapt to how the new signings play. I don't think he's going to have a bad season by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't see him having a 40-goal season by his previous standards anyways. I feel like he probably will score like, what, 15, 20 goals probably maximum now. I don't think he will come in and score 25, 28 goals, whatever he got last season, something like that. So for me, it is a little bit disappointing from Mohammed Salah so far this season. Hopefully, you know, he can be their main player again, like he has been like for the last 5 or 6 years. But I think it just goes to show the excellent business that Liverpool have done, the likes of, you know, Hugo Ekitike, Alexander Isak, Flivian Wirtz, Gakpo's in there now. You know, they've got so many players who can score them the goals, then just not rely on Mohammed Salah anymore like they used to be. But let's end the video with my score predictions, okay? I feel like Everton can beat Liverpool 2-1 just because if they can target that left-hand side, like I said at the start of the video, if they can target Kirkes, Konate maybe in their defence, I really do feel like they'll have a good time. If you think about their defence of late, they've been so shaky at the start of the season. Yes, they've kept 2 clean sheets. However, I really do feel like if you target that side, I do feel like he can cause them some damage. And also, you've got to think about them playing in the Champions League on Wednesday night. Will they sort of change up their team against Everton? Will they play like a weaker team? We don't know. Obviously, they've got such huge squad depth in their side, so it probably won't be that weak at least, but it probably won't be that strong in terms of what they've done previously in the first 4 game weeks. But yeah, let's end the video with some questions. Do you think Everton can get a big result against Liverpool in the Merseyside derby? What do you think the score predictions will be? Who do you think will win? Do you feel like Liverpool are looking like champions so far this season? Can they go and win 5 games in a row for the first time since 2020? And yeah, who do you think will be the star player in this game? Do you feel like Alexander Isak will make his debut? Do you feel like the likes of Mohamed Salah will score some goals? And yeah, that's it really. Before that, as always, please like, comment and subscribe. It's very much appreciated, and it goes a long way in helping me build a small community on my channel. We've recently just hit 226 subscribers, and I just want to say a massive thank you for all you guys showing support on my recent videos, and the likes and the comments on social media as well. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed. But before that, as always, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.